Hello, I'm Ben Hawkins. That's right. And today I'm here to talk to you about the battleship Potemkin, Sergei Eisenstein's 1925 silent movie that was a success in the Soviet Union. Yes. So let's give you a brief overview of the plot. Yeah. It starts off with a boat, or what some might call a battleship, Potemkin, and it was Russian, okay? It was filled with sailors that were angry about getting rotten meat. That's right. And also very angry about the mistreatment and beatings from the crew members, or the officers, if you will. And of course, they led to an uprising on the boat, which followed more uprising on the shore, which led to a brutal massacre in some way that I have no idea of, that's in the Ukraine, which led to the shooting. Maybe some might have thought that was a bad idea, but don't worry, because everybody joined the revolution, went home and listened to Santana. So Eisenstein was commissioned to make these films to commemorate the Great Russian Revolution of 1917, but it was quickly conceived that only one film could possibly be made because it was too big. Eisenstein believed that montage was the biggest thing in cinematic theory, and created a whole host of techniques to facilitate his ideas. So I'm going to show you a clip of Eisenstein's film, The Battleship Potemkin, where he uses one unique technique of montage theory. So what you saw there was a classic example of Eisenstein's intellectual montage theory, where basically the images seen become didactic, and Eisenstein literally wants you to think or search for the idea of what he's trying to put across. So, we've reached the conclusion, possibly the best part of this presentation. And I hope I have showed you how Eisenstein was ahead of his time in terms of film theory and film technique. Certainly inventing montage was definitely down his alley, a very dark and dank alley. But never mind, goodbye.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and now we come to the most fun part of the entire affair, the Jancis part. I know you've all been aching in your seats for this, but what am I going to discuss today? Well, that highlight of science fiction, if I may, Metropolis. As you see, a sexy robot, what more could we want? With no further ado or continuous gilding of the lily, let us start. The film was made in 1927 by the German director Fritz Lang. He came up with the idea while on a trip to New York when he saw the city lit up most beautifully. The film itself flopped most majestically. Even H.G. Wells disliked it, but now it is known as a classic. Oh, that makes me so happy. But let's hear the story of this magnificent monstrosity. This is the titular metropolis. In the background you can see the Tower of Babylon, where the rich work and play. Down below are the workers, sad because they have never seen the light. Until one day the beautiful Maria comes up, showing the little children that these rich folk are their brothers. The rich son, Frida, is amazed to find out there is a beautiful woman beneath the ground and goes down to investigate, where a terrible machine explodes, killing all the workers. Frida sees it as an evil Morlock eating the workers. He goes to his father to complain. The father says the workers are where they are meant to be. Then Friederson, the father, goes to the evil scientist Wolfgang, who has made a robot to replace the workers. But little do we know that Wolfgang was in love with Friederson's wife, and Frida's mother, of course, and is in fact planning to bring the family down. So Maria is captured, stripped naked, and her soul, if you like, is put into the robot, producing Evil Robot Maria. Evil Robot Maria does a sexy dance for everyone, and the entire room orgasms. Then down below she tells the workers to destroy the machines. They do so, ignoring the fact that they will flood the city below, leaving their children to drown. But fortunately Frida and Maria are there to rescue them. The evil robot is burnt, and the workers react as well as you would expect to such an occurrence. Wolfgang chases Maria, thinking it is his robot. Frida and Wolfgang fight, and Wolfgang dies the death of a Disney villain. But fortunately, the brain of the rich and the hand of the workers is connected by the heart of Frida. One of the major themes of the film is the connection between the hand and the brain. Frida has to be the heart, the mediator between these two forces. But of course we have to ask ourselves a very important question. In the relationship between Wolfgang and Friederson, which is the brain and which is the hand? Wolfgang himself is missing a hand, and Friederson hides his through most of the film. Both are intelligent, both work hard. It is a question that has plagued those involved for years. But there was one unfortunate thing about this film. It had an unfortunate fan. It was the one, the only, the Führer, who, after the screening, had Goebbels go up to Lang and say how much he enjoyed the film, as it held good Nazi ideals. Lang, appalled by this, fled the country to America of all places, a delightful place if I believe them. The film has had much influence over pop culture, from everything from Queen to the city metropolis where Superman hangs out. You can see C-3PO has taken a lot from the robot Maria, of course the excellent Blade Runner, and Lady Gaga. I've seen her naughty bits, she is most definitely not a man. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, that was Modernity, thanks to Metropolis. Goodbye! Modernity! Modernity!